It is your boy Maserati Shells here today. A lovely scarf. I bought this. So I want to wear it, not just because my hair is messed up. I got something in my eye. Hold on, guys. Hold on. It ain't sleep. One, we are back. I think this is episode 24. At one point, we were up to episode 150, but I scrapped the old channel and we did this new one, so we're back. Different content. But to all the new subscribers, thank you for subscribing to the channel. We are back and live. To all my old subscribers, I appreciate you guys. I do. To those who really know me personally, thank you for being here. For those who don't know me, you're gonna have a great time here. My episodes used to be like an hour. I used to be just on rambling. I kind of condensed them now to like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, depending on what I'm talking about, right? And so on today's episode, right, partner of mine's, Midwest T, my boy T Ross, he had called me yesterday. We had like a 2-hour conversation. And during this conversation, he had said something that kind of sparked my mind for a conversation that I really want to have with you guys. And he was telling me, I had told him about self-love. I said, man, I love myself so much. And we were talking about self-love. He goes, you know what, Brother Shells? He goes, I really don't understand what self-love is. I don't know what self-love meant. And when he said that, I kind of feel like a lot of people don't know what self-love is. They say it. I'll see people say they know self-love, but I know they don't love themselves like I love myself. And I was saying, bro, I love myself so much that I know when I wake up in the mirror, I love what I see. I don't care what no one thinks about me. I don't care what no one wants me to be. I know what I want to be. I know my purpose-driven life. I know what God wants me to be. I know what I want to be. So I know that nobody, no matter what no one thinks about me, my family, my kids, nobody, I love me for me. The perfect version God made. I don't care what nobody thinks. And I think a lot of people don't get that. I remember I was dating this one lady, and I used to always tell her, like, why do you keep posting these type of pictures online? She used to always say, well, it's for me. It ain't for nobody else, just for me. I said, if you posting these pictures were for you, then you wouldn't have to post them, because when you wake up and look in the mirror, you see you every day. You would be happy with what you see. You wouldn't need the validation of a like or a comment. So you could lie to me, but you can't lie to yourself, right? And I said, hold on, I got to take my socks off, guys. I like to be barefoot when I do this. Sorry. I know I'm a weirdo, guys. Sorry. Okay, socks are off now. Anyway, so with that being said, right, self-love. So, guys, I'm going to ask you, while you're watching this, what is self-love to you? Now, a lot of y'all might think self-love is getting your nails done, getting your feet done, buying a chain, going to eat a good meal, working out, drugs, alcohol, women, men. That's actually self-destruction. A lot of those things are external validation. Actually, self-love is the preservation of self. Self-love is actually taking care of self at the highest degree. Actually, high vibrational, right? Vibrating high, right? What I mean by that is when you fast, when you take vitamins, when you work out, that's self-love, because you're actually purifying your temple, which is your body, which is you. You know, there's different levels of you. You know, there's a metaphysical you, there's a physical you, there's the emotional you, and there's the mental you, right? And so that's a whole nother discussion. So I'm not finna get into that, because that can get real kooky. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. But what I will say is this. Let me bring this up, because I don't like how you can see, guys. You can tell, guys, I was rushing. I don't know why I tightened it like that. So you can tell I was rushing, right? Anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But what I will say is this. What is self-love to you? How do you know you love yourself? Why do you love yourself? And is there a need to love yourself? And how important it is to you to love yourself? I want y'all to see my hair. My hair's messed up, but I just think this looks cool on me right now, right? Anyway, the purpose of this podcast today is to say, hey, how can I start loving myself better, right? You can start loving yourself better by affirmations, right? If you go on YouTube, which you should be on YouTube right now, watching me, subscribing, and hitting that notification button to my channel. Shameless plug, but we'll do it anyway, right? But if you go on YouTube, there's I used to listen to these affirmations while I sleep, and they basically reaffirm me, who I am with myself, right? And not saying that you need them. We're gonna take this off like this. Let's go. There we go. That's better. It was getting a little hot. Anyway, not saying that you need them, but what it does, it reminds you of who you are, the great you. Remember, we don't chase, we attract. What is meant for me will be. The universe will bring me what I need, the desires of my heart. I am good enough. I am great, right? But they're affirmations that you can put on while you sleep. and stop talking down yourself. I hear so many people talk bad about themselves. Like, I don't care what no one says bad about me. That's cool. You're supposed to be talking about me. Because if I wasn't me, I'd talk about me too. I'm okay. I am him. I am that guy. You're supposed to talk about me. If you're not talking about me, I'm not doing my thing. I do things so you can talk about me. It's a reason why I go to the gym every day. It's a reason why I don't eat this, why I don't drink, why I don't do drugs, why I don't do this, why I don't eat meat. So you can talk about me. I put myself at a certain standard. I hold myself to a certain standard so you can talk about me. I set myself aside from certain people. I accomplish certain goals so you can talk about me. So you talking about me, you're supposed to. I'm not supposed to talk about bad about me. I'm supposed to put myself on a pedestal. I'm supposed to say, yes, I'm that good. Not because I'm better than no one else. I want the best version of me to go to the world. That's what we're on right now. So when you say that about yourself, you shouldn't be talking down about yourself. Never, no, not way. I will never say anything bad about myself. You'll never hear that come out of my mouth. I will never speak on that because words have power and the enemy hears when you speak. That's why I don't pray out loud sometimes. When I pray, when I want from God, I say it to myself so God can hear it in here. Because God hears the desires of my heart. I don't got to say it out loud so the enemy can block it. See, that's what happens. A lot of times you guys say things out loud, the enemy hears it and he puts seeds in your brain for doubt. That's how the enemy works. See, okay, we're gonna go to church real quick, right? God gave the enemy power on where? On earth. So there are demonic spirits everywhere, traveling, right? In the astral plane, the other dimensions, y'all don't know about that, but you should know. If you don't know, you do now, right? They're all around, right? So when you speak negative things about yourself, it hears it and now it knows how to operate, right? And I'm going to show you how. Ladies, you'll say something you don't like about yourself around your dude. And when he gets mad at you, he throws it at you. That hits your insecurity, it tags you, bam. Now you believe that about yourself. Fellas, you know, you say something about your woman that you don't like her, this, your insecurity, this and that. She throws it at you. That's the evil. That's the enemy. You see what I'm saying? It goes back to our parents. You know, it hurts when a parent say something bad about you that stings. That when you get older, people say that about you. Don't ever talk bad about yourself around nobody, not even yourself, because what happens, it becomes a train of thought. It becomes a subconscious thought. Bro, listen, I be telling myself I'm him. I remember I had this thing I used to do. I had a little notebook. Where my little notebook at? Dang, it's way over there, and I don't want to grab it. It's over there. It's a little black notebook over there, right? And I have a pen. And I start things and I don't finish. I procrastinate. I have a lot of things I do, right? So, but what I used to do in this little notebook over there, right? I used to start every day. I'd write, I am a billionaire 3 times in the morning. I'm a billionaire 6 times on lunch. I'm a billionaire 9 times at night. And I would read all three times together. Because I used to work from home. I work remote. And I would subconsciously drill that in my head because I was, buying properties and I was learning business and I was doing these things. And I would subconsciously drill that into my mind. I would drill it in my mind. I would just drill it to where that was all I thought about was like that, right? I still think about that, right? It's not a big goal, but I still think about that. But I knew that's what I wanted. I started implementing things like going to bed at 8:30. I knew, like, you know what? I want to get 8 hours of sleep. I wanted to get 8 hours of sleep. I want to be up at the crack of dawn. I'm up at the crack of dawn. Like, I could not set my alarm, and I'm going to be up at 6 a.m. No later than 6 a.m. No later than 6 a.m. I'm using the restroom about 3:30. For sure, I'm using the restroom at 3:30, but I'm going to be up at 6 a.m. You guys, anyone who know me, I ain't going to say anybody who sleep with me because that sounds wrong, but anyone who slept around me or been in, okay. But you know what I mean? Anyway, past that, I've created these habits to have self-love for myself where I don't drink, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke. Only thing you'll see me smoke is a cigar, right? I don't party. I'm not hanging out. I go to functions for my friends' birthdays or business things. Hold on, somebody just hit the line. Sorry. For functions of my friends' birthdays and stuff like that, you feel me? Nothing too wild or crazy. I don't go places where I might need to protect myself with guns or anything. I don't go to wild things. The wildest thing I went to was Rolling Loud. Amazing. I hold standards for myself. I like traveling. I just came back from Rome, Italy. I've been to Turks and Caicos. I do those things by myself. I do self-love things by myself. I've been to Puerto Rico. I've been to Hawaii. I've been to St. Thomas. I've been to St. Croix. I do things by myself because I love myself. So anyone who comes into this space, my peace space, you have to understand that I've done this by myself already. I love myself that much. Yes, I can be alone. I've lived in an apartment. I've been living in St. Louis by myself for 2 years straight. By myself, not alone. Didn't feel lonely, didn't feel depressed or nothing. So happy. Snowed in. Happy, right? Of course I dated. I didn't live with no one, but I dated, of course. Don't think I'm a weirdo creep. What I'm saying is, I'm okay being alone. I don't get bothered by the silence. I prefer peace over problems. I have a saying. I'd rather be at peace with God and at war with man than at peace with man and at war with God, because I understand who I am. I love me. When I wake up in the morning and I look ugly and I got the crust in there, a little bit of drool right there, I look at that man in the mirror. I love his beautiful ass. Sometimes I look aside and I say, oh, damn, that nigga look good this way. Look at the little baby Grace. Oh, that nigga look good this way. I love him. That's who I love. That's how you should feel. You should wake up on 10 every day. If you don't wake up on 10 every day, I don't know what's wrong with you. But see, y'all be letting these jobs, these people, the trauma you got from your mama, your daddy, tear you down. Bro, I ain't always been in shape. I ain't always had the dreads. I ain't always had the tattoos. I didn't always look like this. They look kind of good, though. I ain't gonna lie. I always been him. No, but I ain't always had the aesthetics. I didn't always had it figured out, but I always knew I had something. I always knew I loved me. I always had charm. I always was good. I always understood me, but I had people who poured into me that let me know you could be whatever you want. I never had no one who tore me down. Never. And I get that some people do have people who tore you down, but if you had people who tore you down and you're grown now, let that shit go. Man, let that shit go. Let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Understand that. It's going to be hurdles. It's going to be obstacles. It's going to be shit that's going to get in front of you. Yeah, it's going to happen. That's life. But understand the difference between an obstacle and an opposition. Understand pushback and a bump in the road. See, sometimes self-love, it ain't easy. It's easier to love somebody else than it is to love yourself. You know why? Because see, loving someone else, it's easy because you ain't got to be around them all the time. You get a break from them. You can see their flaws. Okay, you know what? I can lead them. You can't leave yourself. See, I can love someone else and they mess up. I can lead them. Okay, I can go love this person. I can lead him. And then if they don't do something right, they can change to the way I want them to act and then they act. You can't leave yourself. You have to sit with you forever. That's the difference. That's why self-love is so hard. You have to love you forever. It don't change. Loving you is here and now. It doesn't change. This is a forever thing. So I know that. Every mistake I made that endangered me, that hurt me, I have to live with it. And I love every mistake I made. Why? Because it made me who I am right now. It made me a better version of me and I would never change it. Because God wanted me to go through what I go through every day. Because there is no affirmation without affliction. There is no testimony without how I say it, man? I have it down. Hold on, guys. I practice it. Hold on, guys. There is no affirmation without affliction. There was no testimony without trials and tribulations. And I forgot the rest, guys. I'm sorry, guys. I had it down packed. It was supposed to come out smooth. You see, things don't always work, but I still love me. Anyway. Oh, there's no testimony without tribulation. And then what is the other one? I forgot the other one, bro. My bad, guys. It doesn't always work like that. You know, my brain. You know what? I didn't have my late night cup of coffee, which I can't have right now because I'll be up all night. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. You have to love you to the utmost. I'm sorry. Look, I'm going to keep it real. Maybe I'm a weirdo. But I be telling people, I'm never going to love nobody more than I love myself. It's impossible. Only person I love more than me is God. I could not love another human being. And they said, what about your kids? How am I love my kids more than I love myself? What am I teaching my kids? Listen, you'll work hard for your kids. Yeah, I'm not going to let my kids die. Yes, I'll sacrifice myself for my kids. Yes, but it's impossible for me to love my kids more than I love myself. It's impossible. Yes, I will sacrifice for my kids. Yes, I will give my life up for my kids. Yes, but I still love me more. That don't mean I wouldn't die for my kids. Yes, I will do anything for my kids. Yes, but I still love me more. That don't mean I wouldn't sacrifice for my kids. I will sacrifice my life for my kids, but I will still die loving myself the most. That's the difference between me and you. I will tell the truth. You will lie. That's the difference. I don't have to live a life of a lie. I will tell you the truth every time. This is what it is. I love me more, and this thing is not working out how I want to. Anyway, guys, sorry about this, guys. Anyway, the thing is gone. Anyway, guys, so what I'm saying here is love yourself with the utmost, right? Understand, walk around with that bravado, that confidence, saying, hey, look, I love myself this much, and it radiates off you. It's gonna be like, you ever seen The Last Dragon with Bruce Leroy when Show Enough is whooping on him, pow, boom, bang, boom, pow, he wasn't doing it like that, but y'all know what I'm talking about. And then Show Enough got him in the water, who's the master, and he wake up, but he come out the water with his little Jerry curl, and it was glistening, and he said, he started glowing. When you love yourself, that's how you start glowing. You glow different. You know, like when you get out of a dusty relationship, you glow different. When somebody raggedy ass daughter ain't stressing you out, you glow a little different. You feel me? The glow on your head a little different, champ. You feel me, P? Yes, Sirski. Anyway, before I get up out of here, and this is a short one today. I didn't want to go too long because I'm actually making dinner. So, but what I do want to convey to you guys, and I hope that I can pour into you guys via YouTube about loving yourself and self-love and how it's so important to wake up every day and grasp life by the horns and say, hey, I love myself and I'm going to give the world the best version of myself, right? And I want y'all guys to understand something. It's going to be people every day that's going to test your self-love. They're going to try to pick at you. They're going to say, you do this and you do that. Let them. Welcome it. I welcome the challenge every day. Because listen, I don't care. I don't have to talk to you. Bro, I don't got to fuck with you. It costs you nothing to don't fuck with me. Bro, listen, I'm mathematics with this shit. I'm going to teach y'all some math. Right now. Y'all, listen. I'm in my MBA program right now, right? And I'm in business analytics and data analytics right now for my school, right? I'm going to teach y'all some math right now, so right? I don't have a whiteboard, but I'm gonna do it in the air, right? I'm gonna show y'all know data charts, graph charts. I'm gonna show y'all data charts and graph charts. Well, watch me right here. So this is your axis, right? This is your axis, right? This is your axis right here, right? This is fuck around. This is find out. This is fuck around, and this is find out. So when you fuck around, you're gonna find out. That's how it is with me. That's the chart. That's graphics. Remember, this is fuck around and find out. Meet me in the center. You're gonna fuck around and find out. I don't give a fuck. So fuck around and find out. Simple mathematics right there. Remember that axis is fuck around. This axis is find out. Go out right there. That chart's going to show you how to fuck around and find out. I don't really care that much. I love myself that much. Okay? So what I want y'all to do out there. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I got to make sure something's right here, guys. Sorry about this, guys. I know it looks weird over here. Okay, I be doing weird stuff. Anyway, guys. Things all messed up. Shirts everywhere. Anyway, but what I want to tell y'all guys is please, if I could, hold on, man, because I don't think y'all hearing me. Hold on. Please, hold on. Let me look. How can I look super sophisticated right now? Hold on. How can I look super sophisticated? No. What is super sophisticated right now, guys? Like super cool. I don't know. Maybe I should shave. Well, I've been growing this little raggedy ass beard that's like patchy. Whatever, guys. So anyway, it's a podcast. Who cares? Oh, look. Okay, this. I'm gonna try to do Twitch streaming, which is kind of whatever. But what I do want to say is this, right? Find yourself. Find that love you have for yourself. And what I want you to do, this is what I want you to do. It's an exercise I want you to do, guys. So there was a time between 13 and 18 where you were consumed with yourself. You were always in the mirror. You loved yourself. For me, it was 16. I had got this is when Genuine was popping. So I had this taper with the baby hairs with the pro style. I was on my pretty boy tip. I didn't have no facial hair. And I just thought I was on my pretty boy tip. I had the pro style, lay down with the toothbrush. I just thought I was a super pretty boy, right? Couldn't see out the mirror, I had the Nautica with the pleated khakis and all that, right? K-Swiss. I was consumed with myself. And every day I wake up that same person where you can't tell me nothing. Not saying you can't give me no advice, but you can't tell me nothing about myself. I love myself, right? That's how you guys attack life. Don't worry about the people at work. Don't worry about the people at church. Don't worry about the people at home. Love you, right? And that's what I say. Y'all have a blessed day. We're out of here. Wah. Bye, guys.